Be more than human.
And welcome back to the channel, all my fellow howlers out there. My name is Joseph Carroll. I write under the pen name J.R. Carroll. And today we have finally made it. We have finally made it to Lightbringer. If you've been following the channel, for a little while now, you will know that I was being hounded, for the better part of the first 6 months that I had my channel out here about Red Rising, you gotta check it out, you'll love it. And then in February, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna put Red Rising on the TBR, and I read the first book in the series. And I personally liked the first book more than most. And so I didn't think I was going to be able to get to Lightbringer by the time it released. But we are here, and I have read 6 Red Rising books in 5 months. That should tell you how much I love the series. This has been one of my favorite sci-fi series of all time, some of my favorite science fiction books of all time. So I mean, it's Pierce Brown. I think what he does, and I've done videos and talked about what authors do what best, and I think Pierce Brown's best attribute is making you angry, making you hate things.
I despise him.
Or hate certain characters so much, and that continues up through Lightbringer here. I mean, I was super pumped. This probably is the biggest release of the year. There will be no spoilers for Lightbringer here. This is me just kind of telling you what you can expect in the book, and how I felt about the book here. Coming in, super pumped, right? We all are. I've been on the forums and stuff, and everybody has just been so hyped. And one thing, when I was coming through, I want to say I might have been on Iron Gold, or maybe I was into Dark Age, but I thought that Lightbringer was going to be the final book. And people are like, no, he's got one more book in. And when I finished Dark Age, I thought to myself, wow, I feel like Lightbringer should be the last book. I feel like where we're at with the story, and it should be the last book. But I got into Lightbringer, and I mean, Pierce Brown, obviously, if you're going into this book, you love the series, right? And he delivers everything that you love inside of Red Rising in this book.
Hell yes.
His writing his dialogue is getting even better, although he has some of the best speeches you've ever heard, right? As we all know, maybe the best speeches ever. So there's more of that, but the dialogue, the individual dialogue in this book might be the best. Some really heart-wrenching discussions are had between individual characters, and then there's some three-way conversations that really hit you in the feels. There were so many ups and downs in this book, like there are in most, but maybe more so in Lightbringer, where it's like, some people said Dark Age was dark, right? It kind of just held you down in the lows most of the time. There are some really high highs here, but then just the way he brings you all the way back down again is it can be jarring. There are twists in this book that you won't see coming, but also like I'm just like, really? Like that? That's the one. That really happens in this book. No characters are safe. Of course, as you know, through 5 books, no characters are safe. You're gonna have characters that you really feel for that really are not gonna have a great time in this book. The fight scenes are amazing. The space battles, I think he's taken the space battles to the next level here for sure. Some of the best space fight scenes that you're ever going to see. Now, no book is perfect, right? No book is perfect. So there are going to be some things. There's a lot of Lysander that in this book. There's just a lot, right? And I know from Dark Age, a lot of people were not fans, myself included. But yeah, that's just there. That's, he's doing the other side of the thing and trying to flush that character out more, and that's here again. Could have used more Victra. Sevro's in here, so don't be like, what? There's no Sevro? But I really like Sevro, as we all do, and I feel like could have got more Sevro up in this book. And one thing I will say is, again, I thought that this was going to be the last book, and then I was told it wasn't, and then I finished Dark Age, and I'm like, it feels like it should be, and I still feel that way. I feel like he could have cut some stuff out, and and that would have made room to just go ahead and finish the story. Unless there's just, I'm gonna read Red God, of course. Unless there's just something else that I'm not seeing, I feel like he could have put it in here. Could have trimmed some fat, and then added in to keep the book from being too gigantic. But he could have flushed it out here. I'm not saying the book is long in the tooth. The series is long in the tooth, but it is like a saber-toothed tiger. The tooth is long, but I'm not saying it's too long. I don't know if I'm going to be as pumped, for Red God as I was for Lightbringer. Maybe as time goes on, because this is a right off the cuff reaction review. Maybe as we get closer, my opinion will change, and I'll be super pumped to the nth degree again. But yeah, one of my favorite series of all time. Let me know, how pumped are you guys to read it? Have you read it? What did you feel? Where does Red Rising rank amongst your all-time favorite series in general, but also in your sci-fi series? So let me know. Hit the comment. Make sure you hit the like. If you like these early reviews that I get out to you guys, hit up my Patreon. I got some really cool stuff. You can get some short stories that no one has ever read from me before. And remember, be more than human.